Let's talk about laziness. A lot of us in our lives, we're not pursuing what we want to do. We're not acting as the person we want to become. The actions we're taking are actually pulling us away from who we want to become and our purpose. And for some people, there's a lot of distractions in that. I feel like, oh, you don't have the energy. It's because the energy that could build your business, the energy that can change who you are and achieve the goals, I'm going to say on this side for men, a lot of it, they use it to party and fuck around with girls. Some of them, they use it to the energy that they need for their lives to get the dream life that they want. They go bust it on the screen. They watch corn. They go do a whole lot of degenerate things. And we're all guilty to a certain aspect of particular behaviors. They all are withdrawing us away from our goals and purpose in life. But the energy that you waste on certain activities that are not good for you, negative behaviors that you entertain, and you find yourself sitting down unable and incapable of doing what you really want to do. You can't even think of a goal because you already went out and blacked out and got drunk. So you gotta hold yourself like self-accountable for your behaviors. It comes in order to get a step forward to the purpose that you want and the dream that you want. You got to have self-awareness. You got to be able to look at yourself and ask yourself, is this behavior helping me? And that's how you start to, like, you got to really start journaling. That's what I believe. Or even just sitting down in the dark alone and asking yourself what behaviors are pushing me, and habits and activities are helping me reach my goals, and which activities are pulling me away from my goals and purpose. And you got to jot it down. It could be for you, the time that I could be trying to start up a business, or I should be doing track running. You're smoking. You know what I mean? It's like smoking. You smoking and you're a track athlete, man. That shit ain't good for your lungs, bro. And even just any other example, like, you're supposed to be creative. You're supposed to be uploading content. You're supposed to be up and early, going to the gym and doing etc. stuff, but you already busting nuts to, watching corn. And that energy that you use for that could have been used towards a great workout, could have been used to creating a business model or anything that you just want to create in general for your life. See, there's a whole pack of examples, but you got to ask yourself the true questions. You got to be self-honest with yourself and telling yourself, I know this habit's not good for you. And it doesn't happen immediately. It takes 21 days, I heard, or 30 days for an habit to fully instill inside of in your mind, in your brain, to where it becomes the new norm. And for negative habits, to drop it off, it can range from that same time period to 90 days. I don't know how exactly accurate I am on that information, but the point stays that you got to eventually drop these bad habits off by starving it. And you got to starve your flesh. Not to get too religious and into this, but you got to be able to deny your flesh. A lot of times, no, not a lot of times, the only person stopping you in your life is you. And the choices you make for yourself is what's stopping yourself or progressing yourself towards the life that you want for yourself. And just like sitting down and doing nothing, no, it's not even about sitting down, not wanting to do anything all day. And most of the time, no one's doing that. Let's be real honest. You're doing something. You're scrolling on TikTok. You're hanging around people that are not good for your life and not good for your well-being in general. It's not, like I said again, it's not helping you progress towards your purpose or goals. So a lot of time, you can't really sit down. You feel almost restless and irritated. And that's good. That means you have a surge of energy that you need to actually utilize for the best of your life. But instead, you waste it on a whole lot of things that are not good for you. And that's what I've been practicing. I had to dead off a lot of behaviors. I had to cut off a lot of people that were not good for me in order to progress in my life. A lot of BS, a lot of unnecessary things that just don't help you. And when you begin to know who you are and what you really want for yourself, and as you build these good habits, as you stop being lazy, as you stop entertaining bullshit and actually doing the good things for your life, you begin to have a sense of self-respect, which which self-respect is the highest form of self-love. And that self-respect is earned through discipline. Man, this river is so nice. It's so calm and so peaceful. It clears out my mind from all the noise and the chaos of the world. It makes me have to face myself in a calming way, knowing exactly what my issues are, knowing with a heightened awareness what the problem is. Is it myself in not taking certain actions? Is it other people in trying to distract me and that have no intention or have no reason to be in my life because it doesn't help serve my purpose? You know, all this begins with sitting down with yourself. And I never would have got here if I didn't have a certain amount of awareness built slowly, day by day, and just pulling away and understanding the habits without judgment at first. Because the most important thing is action. Action decides your character. And identity is not just adopted. Well, you can adopt it, but identity does not just come straight away. Especially when you have an old, degenerate, identity, an identity that doesn't serve the purpose of why you're here. It doesn't serve your soul. You have to build your own identity brick by brick. One brick isn't called a house. One brick isn't called, a mansion or an empire. But that's somewhere to start though. And as you accumulate days of just sitting and be more conscious of yourself and aware of who you are, a lot of the bad things and negative things, they start to drop, and you naturally start to make decisions that don't align with the old identity, but align with the person you need to be to achieve certain things. To be a certain person, and you act it out. And you start to look at the funniest thing is that the old frequency will try to come back in every form and way. That old laziness doesn't just disappear. It lingers around. You just listen and learn to your inner voice that's guiding you. It becomes much more louder, much more clear. And the noise of the world will always just run around. You're just able to identify it immediately and be like, I'm not a lazy person. I'm a disciplined person. I'm a person that works out. I'm a person that works on my goals every day. I'm a person that does things that only benefit me and not things that pull me away from what I need to become or what I need to do. And when that becomes, embedded into your soul, this new identity, you start to naturally feel repulsed and repelled from bullshit and a lot of negative and thoughts that try to encourage laziness. But remember, the ghost of your old identity and low frequency of it will always try to come back. That old frequency will try to project itself on you in terms of fear, in terms of shame, in terms of anything. But you got to learn to have the awareness that it's just a projection of the old frequency. It's not actually who you are. And you just gather this sense of peace in knowing who you are. and you see life in a new perspective. I feel like as I talk about this laziness, one of the things that can clear this out is, for me, I'm not saying everyone, is being celibate, is being on semen retention, is pulling away from lust, because that energy is going to amplify both positive things and negative things. So it's going to bring out the negative stuff and it's going to come to the surface, which will require shadow work. And you're able to identify it and then able to remove it. Gradually, it will just drop off. You know what to drop off now. And in terms of positive things, you already know that if you're a person who's done semen retention and practice abstinence, it just naturally just makes things just better in your life. Things just much more flowing. Life seems to get out of your way. And being celibate and being on semen retention helps you in every way to know who you are. It amps up and forces you to confront and face yourself. And it elevates your consciousness as well and increases, it heightens your vibration. Your vibration goes up. The way you think of yourself and you treat yourself, and you have this sense of self-love and wanting to love yourself more and more and respect yourself more and more goes up. The way you just perceive and are able to read a lot of bullshit and dark and negative energy that's not good for you goes to the side. And you just naturally have this deep realization that a lot of illusions, a lot of things sold in society, a lot of bullshit that's used to siphon your energy to have you controllable and puppetable into society. That's the whole intention of why they want you distracted. They want you just beating your meat, fucking with just random women, just casual one night stands. They want y'all distracted from finding yourself, because once you find yourself, you become you attain a certain freedom that you just can't be controlled anymore. And that freedom allows you to create whatever life. You're not dependent on the system anymore, you know, at least on a conscious and on a soul and mind level. And you see through the bullshit, you see through the illusions. They can't trick you no more. They can't. And you see it for what it is. You see people for what they are. You're able to see in their souls. Sometimes you naturally, your energy will just tell you, don't be around here. You'll feel your nervous system naturally feel repulsed to want to get out of there, because you're around folks that don't mean the best for you. And sometimes they're not ideally bad, but they don't progress you in your purpose at all. They have no intention in growing you. And you'll feel that unconsciously, to where you feel uncomfortable around certain people. You know, a lot of people harbor demons. A lot of people have these lustful spirits, and your spirit can feel that, and it will just naturally feel repulsed towards being around a certain person that is a vessel for that spirit. So I'm telling you, man, a lot of y'all, man, y'all got to practice semen retention. It really will help you. Practice celibacy, and you'll find out who you want to be, and you'll get all the power in the world to get to wherever you want to get. In your music, you'll get better. If you're a person that's an artist, your physique will get better. You'll naturally just be able to work out much more, and your body will just naturally have high testosterone. You can be better at track. You can be better in your sports, bodybuilding, all that. It improves you in every category that you want to pursue. It makes you become more of your authentic self that the world naturally had you repress and told you that it's unacceptable, that you got to fit in with everybody else. You got to be a part of the tribe. And your individuality gets brought out to its fullest. You actually get to feel comfortable in your own skin. You do things that you have never done before, because you're free to be whoever you want to be. Whatever you put your mind to, you will do it, and you're able to achieve it. So I advise y'all, and I just want to give that advice for y'all to practice that. Got off a bit off topic from the original idea of why I made this video. I was just gonna make it just about laziness. My title is a little bit different now, but I appreciate y'all, and for listening. If y'all can share, help support the channel, that'd be nice. So catch y'all later next time.